Welcome back. So we've covered all different doctrines of thought already. We've covered uh, basically the personal thoughts. We looked at occupier's liability. We looked at employer's liability. We looked at nuisance, trespass, and the rules to Rylance versus Fletcher. Now, to finish off the class, I'm going to talk about damages in tort. So damages is a lawyer's term for compensation, a sum of money. So monetary compensation is we call it damages. Now the legal term damages refers to a sum of money that may be awarded by a court of law to an individual entity as compensation for property damage, physical injury, or other loss caused by another person's actions. So all this sort of duty of care that we talked about in negligence, we talked about in employer's liability, we talked about in occupier's liability, all these actions we talked about in trespass, we talked about in nuisance. Basically, the ultimate aim is to get some sort of compensation. So when you can get some sort of compensation, you are basically asking the court to find that there's a breach of a statutory duty and for damages to be awarded. For instance, when you're working in a site and then your employer fails to sort of do up the floors properly, there's a hole there, you walk and then you bang, go right into the floor, break an ankle, you want damages. As a result, damages are classified into two sort of heads. We have general damages, we call them non-pecuniary damages or non-economic loss. Basically, these are pain, disability, loss of enjoyment of life, disfigurement, loss of expectation of life. All right, and then we have special damages, which are pecuniary loss and loss of income. So, for instance, if I am employed by Western Pacific University and in one of the lecture rooms they fail to basically replace some rotting stairs when you climb up into the lecture room. So when I step on the rotting stairs, it doesn't hold my weight, goes through, I break my ankle. So when I'm suing Western Pacific University, I will say that, all right, for pain and for the disfigurement and for the enjoyment of life, I want you guys to pay me 20,000 kina. That's a type of damages, which is general damages. And then I will say that because of that, I wasn't able to basically, as a consultant, as a lecturer, and as a lawyer, I wasn't able to go to court for 1 month. So I made a loss of 10,000 kina. So total, you guys pay me 3,000 kina. That's what we mean when we say general damages and special damages, all right? Okay, then the aggravated damages, plaintiff suffers increased distress as a result of the manner in which the defendant behaves. And then exemplary damages. I want to punish the perpetrator so that EOC does not commit the act again. It's a form of deterrent. So in PNG, most police officers basically, when they found guilty of breach of duty or found guilty for basically police torts, for belting up innocent victims and shooting innocent victims and stuff like that, the court awards exemplary damages to punish them so that it serves as a deterrent to other police force members. Please don't do the same actions again. Otherwise, you are going to suffer the damages that is being brought against you. So this type of damages are basically why people go to court. People don't go to court to make each other suffer. No, in terms of law of torts, they go to court because of the fact that there was a duty of care owed. Their duty of care was not effectively discharged. As a result, the injured party has suffered an injury, and then the best the courts can do is to give them some sort of monetary compensation. So, in that case, if the monetary compensation is given, is the fact that it is calculated according to the breach of the duty of care, and it's calculated according to the fact that what is a reasonable amount that will basically provide some sort of release, not release, but some sort of relief for the injuries that has been suffered by the person suing. So all these things, it starts off by writing a general letter saying to your employer that, or to the person that's committed wrong against you, that I've suffered injuries, can you compensate me? If they agree to compensate you, the matter ends there and then. But if they say that no, then you go to court so that the court can make orders for you to seek damages. So the rationale behind the law of torts is to ensure that the people that have suffered by a failure of a duty of care that someone owed get adequate compensation or damages for their pain, loss, and also for their discomfort. Well, thank you very much. And this ends our classes for law of torts.